I hope so. Blinky was playing around with microphones and stuff, and I don't know where he disappeared to. Yay! So excited! Kim here, this is the first time I'm actually getting to use the microphone you recommended, because it wasn't working with my phone, but it works with this, so. I knew I was forgetting something. No, Flying Sapper was totally tech-inept me. You know me personally. You know how I can be. So, anyways, I'm so excited you guys came. Thank you so much today. We'll give it a few more minutes, see if anybody else jumps on. How's your mornings been? Who has coffee? That's the most important question. And yes, Blinky, you do break everything, but you forgot to remind me to plug in the microphone, but it's in there now. See, I don't have a camera that it connects to because I'm using Blinky's actually photo camera for filming right now, and it doesn't have a port, so we'll see what happens when I get a fancy camera. Rachel's getting the coffee right now. Green tea is acceptable, Flying Sapper. I will give you that one. Green tea is acceptable. Aw, Kim here hit her limit. I set no limit today. I even made half of a pot just before turning this on. Well, I guess I'll kind of get started with what I wanted to talk about and stuff today. I even made notes because, you know, professionalism. So I kind of wanted to let people know what's going on over the next few months. Your ulcer can insist on a limit. That is understandable. I'm proud of you for still drinking coffee. Anyways, so I haven't really been extremely vocal about what to expect as far as what I'm doing for the next few months. First of all, is PAX West is coming up in a month. And I've signed up to volunteer with Take This again. I haven't heard back if they accepted me, so I'm hoping to be there in that capacity to volunteer with them and support their amazing cause of changing the mental health stigma in the gaming community. I love them. This would be my third year volunteering if they accept my application. So I'm hoping to be there 2 days of the 4 days, and then Saturday I'm going to Ghost PAX, and I want to do interviews with cosplayers about their creations and how they associate cosplay with art. So I'm really excited. Those of you who are watching this, I know you're not heavily into cosplay, so you might not be so excited about it, but for those who watch this later, if you are going to be at PAX and would like to meet up, message me on my social medias or through here and let me know. I'd love to set up a time on a Saturday to meet up with you. Ooh, Rachel has a suggestion for you, Kim. Cold brew. Does that affect you? Didn't know if you saw that message, but maybe it works. Cold brew is definitely a good option too. And then after PAX, I'm going to be at Rose City Comic-Con the following weekend, so that's going to be a lot. 2 cons back to back. I haven't done that since 2013, and that is pretty tiring and exhausting, but it'll be exciting. So if you're going to be at Rose City Comic-Con, I will be there all 3 days working with something pretty, but if you want to set up interview times with me, please let me know. I'd love to meet you guys in person, and some of you who watch this later, and set up something. So that's kind of what to expect the next month. It'll be busy. Some of you are aware that I'm also doing daily vlogging on the IGTV on Instagram. So those of you who've been watching and commenting, thank you. I really appreciate you taking that time to listen to my coffee ramblings, and more importantly for joining me today. And so keep an eye open for those if you're interested. I try to do that daily, but sometimes I don't get to when I have to go into the office for my day job. Oh, I'm glad you're interested in seeing interviews. I'm trying to come up with questions still that relate more to the art aspect of my channel to tie that in more, because I do view cosplay as art. I've been thinking about making a video about why I feel that way, so that might come out before PAX. I think before PAX would be a good idea, just because it will connect those interviews. My next point is an art class update. But before I move on to that, do you guys have any questions about the conventions or anything else like that? Kim has a good suggestion. Thumbs up this video, or any video you see, because that helps out a lot. I don't think some of you might realize that, some of you don't, but it makes a big difference. So, giving you guys a minute to type any questions before I move on. Did you hear Blinky snort at me? You're welcome. Okay. Rachel asks if I'm working on a new costume. I unfortunately am not. I don't have enough time, but I do have another costume thing we're going to be doing, or kind of going over in a few minutes as one of my later points. I'm preparing also for Halloween. I'm doing 31 horror movie reviews, so I'm going to be posting daily on that. That is a lot of work. And I had to ixnay something on my plans. Originally, I was going to do a new costume for PAX and then a new costume for Rose City, but I don't have the time to do that right now, so something had to give for my sanity, because that is more important, I think. Plus, I'm also working on maybe transitioning a little bit more from the cosplay and just more on my art as far as my social medias, and putting my cosplay back on my personal page, since it's more of a hobby at this point, but I'm not fully decided, still playing around with things. But I will be pulling out some old costumes that I haven't worn in a long time. Like, I'm thinking of taking Super Grover to Rose City, which I debuted in Rose City 2014, and I've worn for Halloween once since then, so I think it would be fun to take out some old ones that no one really gets to see very often and have fun with that. But that is an excellent question, so thank you, Rachel, for that question. And if you guys have any questions at any point, feel free to just throw them in the chat, and I'll answer them as I see them. The next thing I wanted to tell was kind of update on my art class. I filmed a video on Friday and didn't end up posting it, but I finally got caught up on my art class. I got so behind with traveling and training at work and having to go to the office like 3 times in 2 weeks that I didn't really have time for that class, but I'm proud of myself. I caught up on my homework, so now I can start doing it daily. And I did 2 homework assignments in 2 days. I'm proud of myself. Pat on my back. Double pat on my back. I do think I'm going to do a review on the art class because it's been a really, really fun thing to do, and if you guys want details before then about which class I'm taking, feel free to message me and I can give you the details. I know, I am being all awesome. I kind of miss school and kind of don't, all at once. I don't want that much homework again in my life. I've known Kim for a very long time, and we weren't quite in touch during my grad school days, but that was really stressful, and I never want to do that again. Personally. So those are like all of my really big updates. Oh, my scanner, for those who have watched my IGTV, Blinky is amazing. My replacement scanner came in while I was at work on Friday, and when I came home, he'd already opened it, tested it, and it works. So I'm really excited to have the scanner to get things out for Christmas and whatnot. So exciting. Grad school is a lot, Cam. It's, at the time I was working full-time and volunteering for 2 different organizations. It was a lot. Whenever I doubt myself, I look back at that time and go, if I did that, I can do anything. So that's the biggest benefit I feel that's come out of grad school, is that mentality. It's, yeah. Not doing that again. If I ever say I want to, tell me no.
Yes, dear.
Blanky says yes, dear. Blanky is a good tech hobbit. I don't know what I would do without him. He's even playing with the camera settings now to see if we can get different stuff with the camera. So that is the end of the updates. So the other thing that I wanted to do, and this is the costume related thing, is I've been doing a cosplay for Extreme Anime Radio for a few years now. I think this might be 3 years officially that I've worked with them. And they asked me to design a custom tutu for their mascot. I'm not going to tell you what the ultimate project is, but I was very excited that they reached out to me again to do this. So I kind of wanted to go through my process of designing a costume with you guys. Unfortunately, I don't have a second camera, so this might be a little interesting / awkward, but we'll see how well we can do this.
You have an option of sketching on the screen.
We didn't get that set up. We're going to try and figure that out in the future of how I could do that. It's not set up for screen capture and video capture. And I don't have a dual monitor to manage things. This nifty new computer that Blanky has lets me sketch on it. So we'll figure that out for future. So what I want to do is, first of all, I'm going to pull up a photo. Should have had this prepared before. I have it semi-prepared on another computer, but it doesn't work with showing you guys. So we're going to try and do this on my phone. So you know what costume I'm talking about. I'm grabbing...
What is Flying Sapper talking about?
Flying Sapper, I wish I could recreate that, but I think that they would not want to go that route. Many years ago, one of my dear friends by the name of Matt, we made Halloween costumes. It's different. It's not Loftus. It's a different Matt. And he was the condom fairy. I had the lovely pleasure of stapling condoms carefully so they could be passed out later onto his tutu, and he was distributing condoms at the club for Halloween. It was glorious. I totally forgot about that Flying Sapper, so thank you for bringing that awesome memory back to me, because that was pretty spectacular. There we go. Extreme Anime Radio recently did a Instagram, so I'm just going there so it's easier. Because I got tagged recently. So this is one of the cosplays I did of their Sarah character. She's a ballerina. So they want all of the participants in this project to do a ballerina design. So here's another cosplayer. That looks good. Just so you can kind of see. And it was a helpful public service, Kim. It really was. Safety first. Use a condom! And for those of you in Utah, I don't know if 94.9 still has their Friday morning disaster stories with that. Use a condom! Because that obviously gets stuck in my brain a lot. So that is Sarah for Extreme Anime Radio. If you like anime and J-pop, their radio station is online at animeradio.net if you wanted to just keep that in mind to check it out. Sometimes I get to do interviews with them, and I'm trying to schedule another one for later this year, so we'll see what happens. But this morning, I did the base for my costume design, and I'm going to do Rainbow Bright. So excited, you guys. Rainbow Bright tutu. I already have the leotard as the base. Oh, thanks, Rachel. I love making tutus. That's actually how I met or was approached by the radio station, was my R2D2 tutu. I was wondering when I was in Utah recently if 94.9 was still around. So we're gonna be drawing up the tutu today, so you can kind of see or understand the design process a little bit, or at least my design process. So I do kind of cheat. As in, I like to buy the tutus, so I don't like sewing with spandex and lycra if I don't have to. So it is okay to buy things for cosplay and make your life easier. So I do have reference material of Rainbow Bright up on another computer right now, so I can see you guys commenting and whatnot as I work. And I heard they're gonna relaunch Rainbow Bright. Do any of you guys heard this? Was this a dream? Do you know anything?
Of what?
Relaunching Rainbow Bright?
I have not heard.
To steal the words from Kim here, that would be magical. So all of her designs do have like the blue, so I definitely want to keep in a lot of blue, but I think I want to pull in underlayers of the rainbows underneath the top blue and white, because that white rim is very, very iconic for Rainbow Bright. What do you guys think of that? You guys get some say on this. So I'm going to start sketching out the tutu part, and you guys can comment or not comment. Either way is fine with me. And then I'll show you. And we're going to try and color this too, but I didn't want to color anything until I had the design done. Rachel's in agreement. I almost think it would be fun to, because she has that tubular white, I think that would be too heavy to make it tubular and make the tutu go, which is not what we want, even if I put an under tutu in it, which is what I do with all of them. I have this really nifty tutu base that has like the underwear on it, so it stays in place, and I like to use that a lot with things. Yes, definitely the white stripe, which is what I'm talking about now. Just saw your comment, Flag Zapper. But again, I do think if I add that tubes, because I was Rainbow Bright as a child, and I remember it being so heavy, I think what I want to do is just take white tulle and just make it more of a ruffle. So then you have that element, and it's not gonna weigh down the final design. And this is gonna be like kind of a crappy sketch, but once we get it colored in, I think it will get the point across. So I think the ruffle will be really good in tying that up, or blah 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 blah, tongue-tied, tying in that element. Ooh, that could be. Do you think the piping? You work at Joann's. Would the piping be thick enough? The piping that I think of is with the lace and the zippers, and what I'm thinking of, I don't know if it would show in photos. Is there a thicker one that you're talking about, Rachel? I'll give you a moment to respond. Okay. I just worry because it's going to be for a big photo project that it's not going to show up too well. But I am going to write that down because when I actually go buy stuff next weekend, I should be able to. Okay. Kim here did some research. It looks like they did a limited run remake of Rainbow Bright in 2014, which there's like an evolution photo I found of her costume design, which was interesting, and I saw that 2014. But if it's by the Hallmark Channel, I'm a jerk and I don't like the Hallmark Channel, so I may not watch it, because I don't like the Hallmark Channel. Okay, so the next thing I want to do for Rainbow Bright is, because she does have that iconic rainbow, like around her stomach area, is I think I want to make a belt. I don't know if I want to go as far as the suspenders that she has, but the 2009 and 2014 designs don't have the suspenders. But if you guys want to vote for suspenders, and I will do that if you guys want me to, but I kind of am hesitant to do that. So what do you guys think? Yes, Hallmark Channel equals cheesy. Kim here, I know you like Christmas movies. Apparently Hallmark Channel does Christmas in July, which is now over, but if you wanted to put that on your radar for next July, if you weren't aware of it, you could have Christmas twice a year. And I'm not encouraging you to decorate, because I don't think your husband would like me if I encourage that part. For those of you who don't know, Kim here also has her own channel, and she did show her Christmas decorations, and her house looks wonderful during Christmas time, so you should check out her channel and look for those, because they were pretty spectacular. Rachel commented, I agree. I don't think it would make or break it, and I worry about it causing limits with mobility and braking. I think I do want more of a modern style. I like that change up. And belts are fun to make. So we'll just do a rainbow belt. And maybe the younger people who know this more modern design will recognize it too, because I do have a tendency to do costumes that are my childhood, and a lot of people don't necessarily recognize them. Ease of movement is always a plus in any costume. So a quick story for one of the first costumes I did was Mystique from the 90s X-Men. It was my first costume that I made without a pattern because I couldn't find anything, so I attempted to modify patterns, and it ended up being my own creation. The material was so see-through that I had to put a layer underneath it, and it was so challenging to get in and out of it. Like, I wish I had it recorded because I had to like wriggle into it and then wriggle out of it. I had a lot of mobility in it, but getting in and out of it, because the way I ended up doing the modesty panel just took all stretch from the fabric. So that's a costume I was actually, as going back to the PAX Rose City conversation, I wanted to remake and do a then versus now. I still want to do that, I just don't know when I'm going to have time to. I didn't know Hallmark Channel moved to subscription. Everybody's doing that, and I think ultimately that's going to cause issues. I think people are going to, enough is enough, and it'll be interesting to see. Hi Thomas, thanks for jumping on. I'm glad to see your name pop up. And that is not most costumes. That's a majority of costumes. Some costumes you have to have a helper to get into it. It's funny. Hi, I don't recognize your screen name, BBV42033, but welcome. I apologize, I don't recognize your screen name. Things are going good. Just having more coffee and working on a costume sketch for a project with Extreme Anime Radio. For those who just popped on. I don't know what KF's day is. Let's Google it. Oh, hey!
You know, that made sense to you.
That totally makes sense to me.
That makes sense.
Thanks for jumping on. I haven't heard from a lot of people in Orb, just a handful of people this past year. So thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate it. Oh. See, I'm learning all sorts of new stuff and things from you, Kim. Thank you. Okay, now I understand the KS day. I don't know if I can say that, but has it really been a year? So do I have your permission to share a little bit about yourself, Zorax? I'll wait for you to respond with the delay before I really share too much, since it's your situation, but let me know if I have your permission. And I'm gonna work on this a little bit. Okay. So KF's day is Klippel-Fehl syndrome, and I apologize if I said that incorrectly, but tomorrow looks like it is the National Awareness Day, and Zorax and I have been in costume clubs before, and we've done a lot of promoting for this, and last year he organized an awareness walk, and it was really great to see the connection of the people who are affected by this. But it basically affects the muscle skeletal structure of individuals with this, and so they have like the skeleton key as their logo. It's been really fun. So are you guys doing the wear a key to show support again this year? I might have to pull mine out just for you guys. And I'm gonna grab a coffee warm up because my coffee is getting a little too cold. I'm very picky about my coffee. My coffee either has to be hot or made cold, but it can't go hot to cold or cold to warmer. I won't do it. Okay, so yes, they are wearing a key again this year, so that makes me happy. So shout out for that awareness day, and if you guys have a skeleton key, just show your support. Oh, that makes me sad to hear you're not going to kit up this year, but you did phenomenal last year. You brought so many people together in your area, so I'm sure they'll appreciate you just being there in spirit, talking about it. But you and I should connect later. I'd like to hear more and catch up, since has it been like 5 or 6 months since the last time we spoke? It's been a while. So, just getting the belt drawn up. I'll just do the belt on this one pretty simple. Of course, with the rainbow theme. One thing I do plan on doing for this tutu is just pulling out my R2-D2 point shoes that are already blue. Because why not reuse things that you have? And I did a phenomenal job painting those suckers. They're wonderful. So my next decision, now that we're going to go with the belt and not the suspenders, is how do I want to do arm bracers for this or leg warmers? Because Rainbow Bright has a lot of accessories. When I originally decided I wanted to do Rainbow Bright, I forgot how much accessories there are for her. See if I can pull up the 2014 design and show you guys on my phone, or Googling is always good. 2014 Rainbow Bright. So, oh, so much glitter. I don't think it's gonna show. Wait. I had it. Not really, kinda. Leg warmers, total 80s fashion. So you can't quite see all the details, but you can see the contrast enough on this. She doesn't have the leg warmers in the 2014. It looks like they're more socks, but the 2009 definitely has the leg warmers. But I do think leg warmers would be awesome. So we'll do leg warmers. Oh, there, now you can kind of see it, but not at the same time. Blind you, don't blind you. I'm a jerk. So for the leg warmers, her top is in every reincarnation is white. So we'll stick with the white top.
Thomas wants to see the sketch so far.
Oh yeah, just so far we haven't really done a whole ton as far as the sketch, but that will be trying to do this is like a mirror.
You're fine.
There we go. That'll be a blue leotard that I've already gotten. It has the sleeves on it. I do have Blanky set up as moderating.
Hi.
Could you add a link?
Sure.
Sure. He doesn't have a computer. He's on his phone, so he's gonna try and get a link. There is
I can't add her, so what you do, if you want to add Cam as a moderator, just click her name.
no, we'll do that later.
You can probably try. Just click her name.
We'll do that later. There's conversations that need to happen before things happen. Blanky is distracting me.
I'm good at that.
So we're still trying to figure out the live streaming setup for future streams, but thank you for letting me know that is possible.
What do you want me to link?
A reference photo. There is one that's like the evolution of Rainbow Bright from 1984 to 2014. He's gonna try and do it from his phone, so hold on. That one, yeah.
On the right.
Mm-hmm. He found a link that I'm looking at right now. Well, it looks like her... Oh, she has the red shoes. Maybe I should do a different color for the shoes. Because that's where a lot of the rainbow aspect of her lower part comes in. Maybe I'll just do creative licensing and I'll just make... Yeah, I'm just going to do creative licensing and make the leg warmers a rainbow because I really like my blue shoes. Alright, Blanky put in a link. So that should take you to the reference photo that shows Rainbow Bright from 1984 to 2014. I did decide to do this one since it shows all of the evolutions of her, just to make it easy and convenient to see all of them.
What the hell happened in 96 Rainbow Bright?
96 Rainbow Bright wants to be hip Barbie. That's my concept of that piece.
In 2009, that's totally like Teen Titan style.
Teen Titan! I like the 2009.
I like the 2009 also. 2014 is like, let's lose all the detail.
Alright, so got my leg warmers down. I'm gonna do the white on the top, and I am just gonna do the rainbow all the way down. How I'm gonna get them on enough, we'll decide that when I start making it, but probably Velcro in the back. I like Rachel's comment, 96 is very Jubilee style. Jubilee is better than Barbie. But I still do like Barbie.
Are they competing with Bratz dolls?
I still like Barbie. In some capacity. They're Barbie dolls.
No, they aren't.
They are dolls that are mimicked after Barbie.
Yeah.
I don't think Bratz came out in 96. But they might have. I think those ones were more 2000s? Googling. ...2001 to present, so not quite that far. Speaking of Bratz and Barbies, some kind of sad things is I don't know if they're making Monster High dolls anymore, you guys. I can't find them anywhere. And I can't find any confirmation on the interwebs that they're not making them. And I don't know how to feel about this, but I can't find them. They're not at Target anymore. And my collector toy store, Bulbacan, thinks that they might be stopping producing them as well. So I'm really super sad. During that time period, I'm sure they were trying to mimic Barbie because Barbie had a cartoon at that time with that style. I don't remember them relaunching Rainbow Bright as a cartoon though in that time, but it could have been on cable and I didn't have cable, so I wasn't in the know-how. Okay, so I'm happy with the leg warmers, and I do think I want to do a Velcro backing just to make it easier to get on and off, and then I can tailor it in to fit my ginormous calf. Some of you might have that issue where boots don't quite fit, and you have to have ones that lace up so you can adjust them to your ginormous calves. Maybe that's a girl problem, I don't know.
I don't like boots that go above my calf.
No, I do think I want to do the bracers as well, but I don't know if I want to do them in cloth or if I want to... I don't have any Sintra. I'm trying to think what materials I have that I don't have to go buy a whole lot, just fabric. Decisions. But I like the 2009 and the 2014. They have like this triangle thing. So maybe I should do it in the cloth because I really like that detail. It reminds me of Psylocke. And I like Psylocke. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just do them in cloth. So I can't quite see this. The 84 one does have that too. Good eye. I don't think I want the sleeves to go all the way up though. Or the bracers. I like the idea of them just going up to like the elbow. Now, the 2009 does have a fun prop. I don't remember the cartoon very well. I just remember being, like, obsessed with it. Like, her. But I don't remember the cartoon at all since, you know, this came out before I was born. I think before the majority of us that are on this stream were born. That's all right, Flying Sapper. Thanks for joining in as long as you have. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day. It does make sense for a dancer. I agree with that comment. So we'll just do to the elbow. Now, do I want to add that prop? We'll go with no for now and see how I feel when I get closer to having this project done. But I do want to add a headband. So the character's hair is always short and that's difficult to get into a bun. So since I have to wear a wig for it, I'm not going to put it in a bun. But the bow could be cute around a bun at the same time. My wig won't get into a bun. There's no way. It's not a wig that you can style. So if you want to get into cosplay, you do have to be aware some wigs you can style and some wigs you can't. Just so you're aware of that. What the hell is going on with her head? Blinky just showed me a picture of the 2014 Rainbow Bright with the rainbow that's like going through her head. That's even too weird for me. Just saying. And he just shared the link with you, so you can go, WTF, Rainbow Bright, just like me. I'm assuming that's the link you put on.
I actually put a link to the article saying it's going to ruin your childhood.
So apparently don't watch this 2014 Rainbow Bright, it will ruin your childhood. Disclaimer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start coloring. So we remember what colors we're going to do. This might not be like the most professional coloring job, but this is just a reminder of the design. So that works. This blue seems awfully dark. Yikes indeed, Rachel. I really don't know how I feel about it, and I watch a lot of horror movies. And I like weird macabre things, so if I say yikes or weird, that's, yeah. Not for, okay, well then, if that's what we're raising kids on, that's disturbing. Fashionista, Rainbow Bright Barbie. Barbie! I am impressed with how long Barbie stayed around, that's for sure. So some decisions that need to be made today for this tutu is, what do you guys think about the top layer being tulle, or should I do just the tulle rainbow underneath that I want with a cotton material as an overskirt, but it won't have the froofiness as the tulle? What do you guys think?
Tulle.
So we got one vote for tulle. I like it. It's easier to work with and make it how I do my tutus. It's easier to get that layering and that circle with. So, bouncy tutus, yes, they are really fun. I actually have watched a few videos on how to make the stiff, straight out tutus. I don't have that kind of equipment, and that's a challenge. That's definitely costume making at its finest. A lot of hours just for one tutu, and a lot of layers of tulle. Alright, we will put my blue there. Oh, I changed screens and I didn't want to do that. There we go. So, blue for here. And Sarah's hair is red, so I'm going to go ahead and use this orangey red for her hair. I thought about coloring her hair before topping on here, but I did not. So we'll color it in. Blue and red, still many colors. Your advice on storing them makes me not want to ever try it, though I have debated about it, because storing them flat will be frustrating, but I can understand they would definitely warp if you didn't store them flat. We're gonna do a pinkish red for our costume red, just so it stands out from the hair, because I'm going to do the star in her hair red, since that's consistent over time. And Froofy is definitely more Rainbow Bright. I was really devastated when I outgrew that Rainbow Bright costume I had as a kid. I think I wore that 3 years in a row. Surprising I got to wear it 3 years in a row. Okay, so we're gonna add the red to the cuffs, or the gauntlet thingies. And since I'm doing this in my format, we'll make this layer the red. Orange. So while I'm coloring this in, are you guys do you have anything fun you're doing later today? Anything exciting? Hmm?
He's brothers cooking.
I like free food. Do you know what they're cooking for you guys? Food is glorious. Very much glorious. Yeah, that's a gross thing about where you live, the air quality. I'm glad it was nice while I was in town last weekend. I went to my hometown for a wedding last weekend. It was nice to see everyone that I got to. I'm not a big fan of ribs either. Yeah, not at all. So I'm noticing for the first time how little purple there is in Rainbow Bright's outfit. That's not good that your lungs are hurting. Rachel and Kim, you guys may have met. Yeah, you guys met at my first wedding, so you guys know where each other lives. Ooh, that'll be a fun costume. Zorax, how did your other costume go that you were building? Did you? I think you sent me the final photos. I can't quite remember. So I am taking some creative liberties with the warmers because they don't actually follow the rainbow pattern for some reason. So I'm going to have them do that unless you guys vote otherwise because it's just a simple fix. She's definitely a primary color gal for sure. So in some of these photos, her star's typically yellow, but there is white. I'm leaning towards yellow for the belt. What do you guys think? Oh, paper, stay in place. Yeah, I can see that purple being more of an indigo. In the original, it does have like a lavender in the newer ones. But there's so little of it. Yes, yellow. So we'll go with yellow. 2 yellows, definitely going with yellow then. Okay, so deciding on the color for the belt. I think it would be too much to try and do the full rainbow for the belt. That would, I think, make it too thick. So I think we'll just do orange, red, and the 2014 version does have purple in the belt, but I think we'll go with green, because I say so. And so we decided I'm making notes for when I get fabric. Congratulations on getting that approved with the Merc Zorax. Are you going to be doing the CRLs, like, since there's no CRLs, are you going to be trying to establish them while you do that costume? Because that could be an awesome opportunity for you. Two, blue. Tool's such a hard word to spell in my opinion. 1L, 2Ls, I don't know. As long as I know what I'm spelling, that's what matters. Putting my colored pencils away because they're in my way now. Your cat sounds hilarious, Rachel. I'm glad that she feels she's got to compete for your attention. Okay. Rainbow underneath. Okay, so I think this is a good design layout. It is simple, but it also is recognizable. So I think that is a good start for the costume. Do you guys think anything should be added or changed? Because we can still do that. I think it will be fun. So that was all I really had planned for today. I'm glad I got some thumbs up on the design. And I appreciate you guys hanging out while I did this and taking some time to have coffee with me or green tea with me or other beverages, depending on the time. Oh, a star necklace. That could be fun. Like a choker or something. A choker would be good. I haven't tried the leotard on, so I know it is a U from the image that I purchased it, but I don't know how far up it'll go on me. But we could definitely do a choker. I haven't made a choker in a long time, and I'm always a fan of chokers, even though I don't wear them very much anymore. I still have all of my chokers. And this one might be fun to do some rainbow strings with to hold it. So that's what I'm gonna do. There, the rainbow choker. I think that was a great idea. Thanks, Rachel. So that's the costume I'm gonna make. Yay! I do miss making costumes. I haven't been able to do that too much, as we talked about with being busy. Zorax, you could, I know some people have assisted with them, so I don't know if you wanted to speak with somebody in the Mercs and see if they would like your help, but they do, at least a year ago, 2 years ago, I know there's a lot of people who've helped out with that. But yeah. Happy dance. Happy dance. My goal is to have this done by the end of the month so I can get my photo shoot done. This is why I'm not going to be doing anything for cons, because this will take up probably not a whole lot of time, but some time. So, all right. Well, now I think I only wanted to do about an hour today so that you know, stuff and things and getting things done. But I appreciate you guys hanging out for the whole hour. Ooh, I'm excited to see that, Rachel. I'll have to totally check that out. Speaking of steampunk, Blanky has been encouraging me to do more steampunk art, so I might be shifting to do that. I want to draw more. I hate having a full-time job that I don't like. All the art I could do if I didn't. But yes, so thanks for joining me, you guys. I really, really appreciate it. All your support and your names and sharing and liking and commenting. I don't think you guys know how much I appreciate it, but I will just say how much I appreciate it. Words actually can't fully describe it, so I love you guys, and I guess we'll just do my sign off. From my dark heart to yours. Enjoy your coffee, have a nice day, and please don't die before my next video or stream. Bye, guys!